All Types of Goldfish Part 2. Welcome to We Are Fish Lover. Goldfish are a true aquarium classic. Just about every fish keeper knows about these bright little spots of gold. They are often the first choice for beginner keepers. When cared for well and given enough space, they can grow quite large and live for up to 10 years. When most people think of goldfish, they think of the typical bright orange and yellow varieties. But these fish come in so many different shapes, sizes, and colors. In the wild they are native to China, however their popularity has led to their introduction in waters all over the world. Celestial Eye Goldfish. Celestial Eye is a double-tailed breed of fancy goldfish that has a breed-defining pair of telescope eyes which are turned upwards, pupils gazing skyward. When the fry hatch, the eyes of young celestials are normal but gradually protrude sideways, as in the telescope eye goldfish, but unlike the telescope, which has eyes facing outwards on each side, the eyes of the celestial eye turn strictly upwards within a period of 6 months of development. Origin celestials first appeared as a direct mutation of the telescope goldfish in the 18th century. Competing traditions lay claim as to exactly where this happened first, Korea or China. The first documentation that celestials existed appears on a Chinese scroll of 1772, where a goldfish lacking a dorsal fin and possessing protuberant upturned eyes is depicted. Celestials did not arrive in Japan until 1903 when 30 specimens arrived from China and became the foundation stock for Japanese breeders. Japan quickly became the leading producer of celestials for export. This remained so until the outbreak of World War II. Celestials arrived in the United States from Japan in the first decade of the 20th century and were included in the first edition of William T. Innes's Goldfish Varieties and Tropical Aquarium Fishes in 1917. American fanciers successfully bred the fish and, in turn, exported foundation stock to Great Britain. After World War II, and ever since, the majority of celestials exported from Asia are of Chinese origin. A celestial goldfish is depicted on a postage stamp issued in 1960 by the People's Republic of China. Rainbow goldfish can appear in iridescent rainbow colors. While they are not specifically referred to as rainbow fish, white-scaled goldfish may appear iridescent under certain lights. The whiter the color and the larger the scales, the more colors will be reflected. Calicos can also be called rainbow if they display a particularly large array of colors. If you are looking for a rainbow fish for your tank or pond, consider either one of these fish. Blue goldfish. Blue is a highly valued color. It is quite uncommon and only available on scaleless varieties and certain fancy breeds. Most calico fish have a blue or lavender base color. Telescopes and orandas can be bred for blue coloration. The value of the fish increases with the depth of the blue color. Scaleless goldfish. Usually, goldfish have beautiful iridescent scales everywhere. However, scaleless varieties do exist. Scaleless varieties are not actually scaleless, their scales are just so small and thin that the fish appears scaleless when you look at it. These fish can be white, red, gold, or even blue and purple. Their colors are much more intense than those of the scaled varieties, and develop at 6 to 8 weeks old. Black goldfish. On the opposite end of the spectrum is a black or melanistic specimen. This occurs when there is an excess of cells that produce dark pigments. Melanistic animals are black or very dark brown and the result of a genetic mutation. Completely black fish can also be selected for inbreeding. Black is a very popular color form. The telescope breed, Orandas, can also be bred for their deep black color. Calico Goldfish. A calico or mottled color is highly prized in the aquarium. For single-tailed fish, the most well-known example is the Shubunkin. They most often have blue or silver-based scales. The deeper and more vivid the blue color, the more expensive they are. The ideal calico color form has deep blue, red, or white base scales with a sprinkling of black pepper spots all over the fish. It takes 2 to 3 years for the colors and patterns to fully develop. This color is available on both single-tailed and double-tailed fancy varieties. Albino Goldfish. Albinism is a lack of pigmentation and occurs when the fish lacks the cells that produce darker pigments. In most cases, the albinism occurs as the result of a recessive gene. It can occur in almost all breeds of single and double-tailed fish. Albino fish are cream-colored with stark white fins and very light pink or red eyes. The selective breeding of goldfish has resulted in a very wide variety of interesting colors and traits. Telescope eye goldfish telescopes are one of the most popular fancy breeds of all. They originated in China, but are now bred all over the world. They are distinguished by their wide, protruding eyes. These can be round, cone-shaped, or tube-shaped. Wakin Goldfish. The Wakin is a fancy Japanese variant of the common goldfish, and are a very popular choice for outdoor garden ponds. They are distinguished as a fancy breed by their paired caudal anal fins, and have the same long, slim bodies as the single-tailed fish. Wakins can grow up to 16 inches long, and complement koi and comets very nicely in an aquascape. Pearlscale Goldfish. Pearlscales are one of the showiest fish you can find. They are known for their large, round scales that resemble jewels or pearls. They have round bodies and short white fins. These fish do have dorsal fins, but still face difficulty with balance and buoyancy due to their shape. They swim very slowly and may have a hard time holding themselves up in the water. Nymph Goldfish. It is similar to the fantail, except they have a single caudal fin and anal fin. Considered a byproduct of breeding process due to recessive genes handed down from fantail or viletail parents. Tamasaba Goldfish, or Sabao Goldfish. It is similar to the Ryukin, except they have a single caudal fin and anal fin. A rare type of fish mutated from the Ryukins. It is developed from the Ryukin. Wakin Goldfish. It is similar to the telescope goldfish, except that it has short, deep body with a characteristic shoulder hump like the Ryukin goldfish. Since they have a larger hump, you need an aquarium that is taller than most fancy goldfishes require. Curled-gill Goldfish. It is any goldfish type with curled gills or with gills that are turned outwards. It is an uncommon variety of fancy goldfish that has been developed by specialist enthusiasts. It owes its name from the outturned appearance of its JPG Tosakin goldfish. It is the only fancy goldfish type that has undivided double tail fins that curls their tails at the ends. It is a very distinctive breed of goldfish with a large tail fin that spreads out horizontally, like a fan, behind the fish. Though technically a divided tail, the two halves are attached at the center middle forming a single fin. Tosakin. Phenix Goldfish. It is similar to the eggfish, except that they have longer fins. It is developed from the eggfish goldfish. They have long tails and fins which resemble a veil and cause them to be slow-moving. They are prone to fin nipping because many other fish are attracted to their long flowing fins. Phenix is the long-tailed version of the eggfish goldfish. It is the viletail equivalent of the dorsal finless goldfish. Wakin Goldfish. It is similar to the Ryukin goldfish, except it has no dorsal fin. It has a short, deep body with a characteristic shoulder hump. It is similar to the eggfish goldfish, except with a shoulder hump. Since they have a larger hump, you need an aquarium that is taller than most fancy goldfish palms to JPG ribbon-tailed. It is a longer tail and longer fork than the fantail. It is a tail of the comet-tailed goldfish that is doubled. It is also a viletail, but with deeper forks. Other tail may also be included. Goldfish are still a classic, and with the right diet can be a fantastic addition to your tank. Which type of goldfish is your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below.